Yeah,
and
it'll save.
It's probably like 700K. Like
So we'll wait until a few people go online
Yeah.
to explain what we're doing.
We work on every deal together now. We split the patch.
I love the background that we have.
Yeah, no, you have a good background at your house.
That's what me and Scott. Some of them I don't even know. Like we do partnership working, which is kind of such space.
Does it show up on the side?
Oh, the chat.
Yeah. Well, right now it's 4 o'clock
So
Eastern time.
We did all that shit.
So it's like 5.
We fucked up. We lost.
Yeah, that's what I meant. 5
our biggest accounts.
4:40.
It should be like probably.
Wait, he should have forecasted it. He should have just let the shit come in, but he forecasted it, and then they saw it. Wait a minute. That account shouldn't fall. They took it from us. And it's like, I'm about to pour it up.
Yeah, you can go downstairs and grab whatever you want.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. How are you guys doing today? Hey, Simi, how's it going?
Hey, Simi.
I'm gonna wait for a few more people to get in, and then I will start. But today I'm here with my friend Aaliyah. We're going to do this less than 3% of Americans can pass this 6-question money quiz. So we're gonna see how she stacks up against that. We're gonna see how she does today.
Just a little background information. I am a management major. I got my management degree in December from Grand Valley. So I've taken one finance class, I think.
Ramsey says, Obi, when's Neo going to?
Oh, they're just getting right to it with the question.
Loaded my life savings in Neo. Hey, I'm 54% of the portfolio, so I'm waiting with you. Adam,
trust this guy.
I'm not a financial advisor.
He's not, but he does do his research.
But Adam says, you made me a lot of money on Neo a year ago. Hey, congrats on the gains. Congrats. I'm so happy for you.
Wow, you have a lot of good fans.
Thank you.
They're loyal to you.
We're family.
You guys have good conversation.
Simi says, switch it up, Obi. This is new. Yeah, this is new. I moved to Texas too, so a lot of new stuff coming. So
I'm one of his Texas friends.
Yes. Hello. We'll give it like 2 more minutes and then we'll start. She's about to take this personal finance quiz that less than 3% of Americans can pass. It's 6 questions. So we'll see how Leah does.
Let's see if I'm part of the 3% or not.
Simi says you are a financial advisor at this point.
Right?
I should get my license and then I can stop saying that.
I go to him all the time for my financial questions, accounting, tax, everything.
A little under the table.
Yes.
If you lose money, it wasn't me.
No.
Hope you've had a good week, Obi. Thank you. I've had a great week. How are you guys doing? Been in Neo since it was $2.19. This guy, he's rich. Okay.
When you first started investing in Neo, how much was it? Do you remember?
So last year I actually started buying Neo when it was like $4, and I bought all
$4?
Yes, and then it started dropping because it wasn't immediately just rising. So I started buying it all the way down to it was like 189, 170 something, I want to say.
And that was last year around this time?
Yeah, so I have shares at like that price range. I have shares at like the $30 price range, some at the 50, 40, 20, 15, stuff like that. I've just been buying. I'm just a Neo guy. Like I don't really try to time the market, but I'll buy a great company because I know it's going to be worth a lot more in the future.
Mm-hmm. Okay, makes sense.
So we've got 13 people in so far. I guess we'll get started here with the finance quiz. Are you ready?
We're not gonna do like an intro of who I am.
Okay. We'll do an intro. Everyone, this is Aaliyah. We're not gonna say your last name. We're not gonna put government names out there.
We'll keep it private.
We'll keep it private, but this is like my best friend all the way back from Michigan. I just moved to Texas. She lives in Texas, so I'm here visiting her for a little bit.
We wanted to collaborate.
Yes.
For a second.
We've collaborated on a few things before.
Mm-hmm.
So she's actually going to be taking the less than 3% of Americans can pass this financial quiz, and we're going to see how she fares and how she stacks up against the rest of the country. And hopefully we all learn something today if we don't know the answers, because I might not know the answers, but
My goal is, you said it's 6 questions?
6 questions.
3 out of 3.
3 out of
That's
3.
my goal. 50%. I'll be happy with that.
Okay. How many shares of Neo do you have now? I keep that private, but it's 54% of my portfolio. Because like if I told you, you would pretty much know half of my net worth. And I want to keep that.
Numbers.
Yes.
Or do we? Do you?
I mean, I'll do a complete like portfolio review at some point, but not right now.
Okay.
Not in this video. Not in the financial quiz.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's take the quiz.
Okay.
Let's get right to it.
The first question, I'm gonna read it out loud to you guys. Yeah, I'll probably show you guys so I don't have to do too much editing. But it says, what are the 3 major credit bureaus? A, Capital One, Bank of America, and JP Morgan. B, Deloitte, KPMG, and Ernst & Young. You worked at Ernst & Young.
Yes.
C, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and Sallie Mae. D, FICO, Moody's, and Fitch. E, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. F, Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. So I'm going to show it to the people. You take a second, think about it, digest all the information. That way I don't have to do too much editing.
Can I see it though?
You guys can see it, right? You guys can help her out too.
Yeah, you guys can comment down below what you guys think the answer is, and I can bounce off of what you guys say, because again, I'm not a finance major. I don't have a financial background, but I did work at Ernst & Young. I worked at an accounting firm. So I know it can't be, what option is that? B? Whatever it's.
So B is Deloitte, KPMG, Ernst & Young.
Okay, those are all accounting firms that I'm really familiar with, so it cannot be B.
So we're going to slash off B.
Okay. Capital One, Bank of America, JP Morgan, those are all banks.
Yes.
And I have a Capital One, so it's not a credit bureau, but it is a bank. All 3 of them are banks.
So we're going to slash off A
so
and
it's
B.
not A. Visa, MasterCard, American Express, again, are banks as well, so they can't be F. So my only options are TransUnion,
Equifax, and Experian. You want to go with E?
Yeah, I think I want to go with E, because I've seen a lot of credit commercials.
So the 3 major credit unions, she's going to go with E, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. That's what we're going to lock in right there. Edwin says E. Simi says, I think it's D. Felix says, I think it's A. Peter says, I think it's A. Correct answer is E. Aaliyah was right. Congrats. That's 1 out of 6.
That was based off luck, because of process of elimination.
Yeah.
And because I worked at accounting
That's
firm,
the best test-taking strategy.
Okay, let's go. I'm 1 out of 6.
So we've got the next question. True or false? 401k refers to the tax credit for retirement. Which one do you think this is? True or false? 401k refers to the tax credit for retirement. We're looking at number 2. It's at the very bottom of my screen. True or false?
So before I give my answer, I want to know what you guys think.
So what do you guys think?
I have the answer already in my head. I think it's false. The word, it is a 401k is for retirement, but the tax credit is what's throwing me off. So I'm going to say that that's false. A 401k does not refer to a tax credit for retirement.
So we've got false as her answer. That is the correct answer. You're 2 for 2, 2 out of 6 so far. Let's see if we can hit a home run. Yeah, 401k is a retirement account. It's not a tax credit. Tax credit is a completely different thing. Like, let's say you're donating some money to charity, you get a tax credit for that. Let's say you're doing something for your education, continuing education, you get a tax credit for that. A 401k is a retirement credit. So the correct answer is false, and she got that right.
So tax credit means a write-off as well?
Yeah, a tax credit is like a deduction against your taxable income.
Okay. Yeah, so that doesn't make sense for your retirement.
Exactly, you're right.
Okay. Question number 3. We're doing good, guys.
Okay.
What? We're doing good.
Question number 3. Of the following, what best describes APY? APY. Adjusted prices for inflation, that's A. B is annual rate charged for borrowing or earned by an investment. C is annual rate of return for compound interest. D is annualized principal payment amounts. E is payout per year. F is automated payment. So I'm going to give you a chance to look at this because that's a lot to take in, and then I'll show you guys the options. But what do you guys think APY stands for?
Okay, I know the first letter in the acronym, it has to be annual something, because I remember learning this in my finance class, the one finance class that I took. And it has to be annual something. So that eliminates adjusted prices for inflation. And F, show them the options so they know what I'm talking about.
So these are the choices. What do you guys think APY stands for?
It has to be annual something. What are they saying?
Peter says, I think it's E.
What's E? Let's see.
Annual percentage yield. Jason says annual percentage.
I think it's D. Wait, no. Well, hold on. Annual payout per year. I think it's E.
You think it's E?
Yeah, I think.
You're gonna lock in E?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
So
what do you guys think? Help me.
You guys want to phone a friend? Annual percentage yield is what you're saying?
Annual percentage yield. Which one is that? Is that a?
It's worded weird, but that's not one of the things. But like C would be the same thing as annual percentage yield, annual rate of return.
Okay, I think it's E. I think it's
okay.
I think it's.
So
wait, no, hold on. Sorry. Yeah, I think it's E.
Okay, so she went with E. E is annuity payout per year. The correct answer is C, annual rate of return, accounting for compounding interest. So if you think about it, like if you have money in a savings account, Einstein says the eighth wonder of the world is compound interest.
Okay.
And if you have money in a savings account, you're getting a certain rate that actually like compounds over time.
Okay.
I might make 2% on my money this year, which isn't anything really, but over a longer amount of time, I'm making 2% on the money that I just made 2% on, and then 2% on the money that I just made.
Okay. It compounds.
It compounds.
Okay. So that was C.
Yes. Okay. So you are, where are we at with it? That was the third question, right?
Yeah, I'm 2 out of 6 so far.
You're 2 for 6. So this is another true or false question. Income does not impact your credit score. True or false? True or false? Income does not impact your credit score.
False.
False?
I think it's false.
What do you guys think? Do you guys want to help her out?
What do you guys think? Does income have anything to do with your credit score?
He said, how can we contact you for personal help? People contact me every day in the Discord. I'll put the link in the description. It's on the description of all my other videos. So income does not impact your credit score. What do you guys think about that? And then we'll get to the answer.
That's true.
True? So you're gonna go with true?
Yeah.
Okay, K Moore says true as well. Classic Peter says false. Simi says true. Railboy Rose says false.
Because I feel like it doesn't matter how much you're making.
True. Majority of people are saying true. In my opinion,
really?
I'll give my answer.
Okay,
I will say that income, I don't know how this quiz is. I haven't looked at the answers either, but I'll say income does not impact your credit score. You know, I just graduated from college like last year, was it?
Yeah.
And like my credit score was almost perfect, and I wasn't really like working until I graduated. So I will say income doesn't impact your credit score.
Yeah, because someone could be helping you and paying it for you.
Exactly. I think your credit score is dependent on how long have you had the credit.
And if you're making those payments.
Exactly.
It has to do with your payments.
And how
not
much,
necessarily where you're getting the money from.
And how much credit do you have? Like, do you have like a certain amount of credit and you're not using it? So your credit card utilization as well.
Yeah.
So if you have a lot of credit, you're barely using any of it, that's very good for your credit score.
I think the banks don't care. They just want to know if you're making those payments on time. I think that's the most important when it comes to credit.
So we'll get to the correct answer, and the correct answer is true.
Oh, it does?
Yes, your income does not directly affect your credit score. Your payment history, amounts owed, length of your credit, types of credit used, and how many new credit accounts you can have all affect your credit score.
So we were right?
We were right.
Okay.
It's true. So you are 3 for 6 so far. And we have 2 more questions.
Okay.
So you're doing really good.
I'm at my goal.
Oh, this one.
Okay.
This one might trip you up. What does a CD offered by a bank stand for? If anyone knows what a CD stands for, CDs, they usually give you higher rates than a typical savings account, but the the catch is that you have to keep your money locked in there. I'm gonna read the answers and let her see.
Okay.
So does a CD? So a CD stands for capital deferment. A, B, certificate of deposit. C, collateral default. D, collateralized discount. E, commodity dividend. Or F, credit dividend. What does a CD stand for, guys?
Collateral default. Ugh.
This one's hard because a lot of us these days don't use CDs. I know what it stands for though.
Okay, so the question is asking what does CD stand for?
Yes.
Essentially. Okay. Okay, can you give me a hint? What are
how
people
would
saying?
I give you a hint?
Certificate of deposit.
So Neo Soul says certificate of deposit. They say B for sure, which is certificate of deposit.
Okay.
Peter says, sorry, I'm British, and I understand things are different from country to country. Certificate of deposit is what most people are saying.
Okay. Then I'll say certificate of deposit. I really don't know.
Okay.
I've never heard of it.
So the correct answer is certificate of deposit. She phoned a friend, got the right answer.
Thank you guys. You guys are really smart.
So
smart crowd.
What does that put you at? 5 out of 6? So
far? I only got one wrong.
So we've got one more question to answer, and we'll see if she gets it right. Good job, everyone.
Or I think I'm 4 out of 6.
Or you're 4 out of 6?
Wrong.
Okay, 4 out of 6 so far. Mm-hmm. So let's go for 5. This is the last question here.
Okay.
This one's weird. I think I'll give you this one whether you get it right or wrong because I just peeped at the answer really quickly on accident, and
I didn't see the answer, so let me guess.
There's two answers is what I'll give you. That'll be your hint.
Okay.
But it says, what's the difference between a savings account and a checkings account?
Oh, okay.
So all apply. A, only a savings account earns interest. Mm-hmm. B, a savings account can't be used for automatic bill pay. C, checkings accounts have overdraft fees. D, you can only transfer money from checkings accounts to savings. E, checkings accounts are designed for regular use. F, accounts are designed for savings accounts are designed for investing long term.
Those are good answers.
They made it tricky on this last one. This is the last round.
Okay, I'm gonna go based off experience. So the first thing I'm looking at, only checking accounts have overdraft fees. So does that mean when you're a negative?
So A, only savings accounts earn interest. And honestly, like you would have to like dabble around to really know that how it really works.
So A.
So I'll tell you, for example, no, I mean I just gave you that, but like for A, like I have a business account that earns interest.
Okay.
And it's a checking. So that one wouldn't be true. So we'll cross A off.
Okay. A lot of people are saying C and F. So C is only checking accounts have overdraft fees. That's what I thought too. I was looking, I like C. That makes sense. And then F, saving accounts are designed for investing long term. I mean, yeah, theoretically that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense if you consider your savings. They worded it weird because I don't consider a savings an investment, especially with what savings accounts are paying today, like 0.58%. Mm-hmm. That's not really a good investment. You're not even beating inflation.
But that's because of the pandemic, or it's always been like?
Because I mean, like in the past, savings accounts, like you can find a high interest, quote unquote, because it's not really high if it's not beating inflation, which is around like 1.5%, like borrow. Mm-hmm. That will give you like 1.5%, but it's still not beating inflation, so you're losing money on your investment in a savings account. But
you don't think it's the last one?
I mean, like it makes sense. Like it's not a good investment.
Yeah.
But it's an investment. You're growing your money.
Okay. Well, because I guess the whole purpose of a savings account is to not touch the money because you want to save it.
For a rainy. And the way I look at a savings account is emergency fund for a rainy day. After I have all that out the way, then I invest everything.
Let me see what people are saying before I lock in my answer. Neo Soul says, yeah, I'm at that point too. Savings give interest. That's a really good point. I definitely want to say C. The checking accounts have overdraft fees. That sounds about right.
Okay.
Let's do C and F.
Okay.
Because that's what I use my saving account for long-term investment.
You are 50% correct.
Okay.
So that means that you're 4.5 out of 6.
I'll
But
take
I
it.
said I'll give you this because it was worded weird.
Mhm.
So we'll just say that like you're 4 out of 6,
Okay.
which is better for you. But the correct answer is E and F. Checkings accounts are designed for regular use. That's true. No one goes to like the grocery store and like runs a card on like their savings account.
Mhm.
Checking account you want to use all the time. And then F, savings accounts are designed for investing long term. That's why I said I'll give it to you, because if you're considering your savings account an investment, you're actually losing money. So that doesn't make sense. And CNBC was wrong about this one.
Oh, so you that's a debatable.
It's debatable.
Okay.
None of the Warren Buffett will not tell you that your savings account is an investment. And Warren Buffett's the king of investing.
Do you guys agree with that?
What do you guys think about that one?
That's an interesting point. We were talking about that earlier today, actually. So that's funny that it got brought up again. Yeah, that makes sense. The checking part, you use it for regular use.
Yeah.
I've never used my debit card for like with my savings.
Think
ever.
about like if you have like a bill that you want to pay, do you go into your savings?
No, it's automatically withdrawn from my checking account.
You keep your savings there in case like anything comes up or like something you might need it for.
Yeah.
It's long term.
Yeah.
So like I think that was a weird question. So we'll say that you were 4 out of 6.
Woo!
Which means that you did.
That's what's
really
my score?
Good.
Okay, 66%. That's not bad. That's passing. I passed. So I'm not a part of the 3%
you
of
did
people.
Pass.
Yes. Woo! Thank you guys for helping me.
Not a well-asked question. I agree.
That was hard, don't you guys think? I did pretty good for someone with a finance background.
And it's like we don't like really talk about finance all the time, and like you just already had like that knowledge of it.
Yeah, it's like common sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I feel good. I feel confident now.
Yes. Good job.
Thank you guys for helping.
Yeah, I made like 1 cent on my savings account last year.
Yes, so that's how I feel too.
Q&A? Sure, yeah. We'll take like the 10 minutes for Q&A, and like you guys can ask whatever you want and we'll answer it. Yeah, I'm not really a big saver. I'm a big investor. I'd rather put my money to work.
Yeah, I get pennies on my savings just by keeping my money in the bank account. Pennies.
Me also said, great job.
Thank you.
Well, that was fun. Yeah, we should do more stuff like this, low key.
Yeah, that was fun.
I used an ISA, but they recently dropped interest rate from like 1% to like 0.4%. I recently invested half and used the rest to buy a car, but the money, silly but money spending sometimes. Yeah, savings account, you're not really going to get a good yield these days. Until interest rates go back up, that's why like there's all this commotion in the stock market, because you see like bond prices rising, and then at the same time, people are like selling off their stocks, because when bond yields rise, not bond prices, bond yields, when bond yields rise, that means that investors or market participants see inflation on the horizon. Which a lot of people don't understand. Really, inflation is good long-term, good for the stock market, because inflation is good for all assets. We've seen the housing prices increase dramatically. We've seen stocks increase dramatically. We've seen Bitcoin and digital assets increase dramatically.
Yeah.
It's going to cost you more dollars to buy certain things, so businesses are going to charge more dollars for those specific like goods and services, which in turn is going to increase the prices of what the company is worth, because they're charging more dollars for it. So the sticker price is going to increase. So inflation is good for stocks long term. You don't want to be in cash when there's inflation. That's like keeping money under your mattress. You're basically getting paid nothing right now. You want to put that money to work and make sure that something's happening with it.
Invest. Appreciate.
Yes. Stock market always goes up over time. Just have to outweigh it.
So we got a couple questions.
Keith King sent me $50. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Seriously, this is the go-to guy for Neo News. Thank you so much.
Aww.
I'll never stop doing what I do. Hopefully.
No, you won't.
What do you think about fuel cell? I've had a few people mention it to me, but I never really looked into it. From what I'm hearing, since a lot of people continue to bring it up, it seems like nothing bad has happened. So it might
Well,
be something to look into.
before you say your answer, what is it? Because I've never heard of it.
I haven't heard of it either, but a lot of people mention it to me. Like there's a ton of stocks that like come across like my desk every day. Like someone's like, check this out or check this out or check this out. And I really only focus on what
you know.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't need one of the things Warren Buffett says is like define your circle of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay, I like that.
Yes, the investments that you invest in, they can take you to wherever you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to invest in everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how I feel about it.
Okay. That's good advice. I like that.
I just got over the fear. I'm missing questions. I just got over the fear of the rest of my money into trading accounts. Yeah, I mean, it really all depends on your risk tolerance. For example, I'm young. I just turned 24. By the time I turn 30, like I can lose everything that I have right now and still have enough time to build a great financial future for myself is what I feel like.
Wow.
Someone who's older, they shouldn't be investing how I'm investing.
Why?
They should be investing in safe, stable companies. Neo's still a new automaker. It's a startup.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't make sense for them to have, that's 54% of all my money that I own in Neo.
Wow.
So you're really supposed to diversify because if something goes wrong with this company, then you're good.
Yeah.
So really,
if you diversify.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm not a big fan of diversification. I'm a little more risk on with my approach. Someone said, "What's your take on work long term?" Haven't really dug into it, but when I was investing in Neo, there were other people saying like you need to like split that money and put it into workhorse, but I felt like it was too dependent on like a UPS contract. So I kind of felt like I'm not going to defer from Neo, and it's worked out for me so far.
I just got into stocks, so I'm just a student on the side, listening and taking it all.
Tell them what stock you're in.
I'm in Neo. I bought. Can I say how many shares I bought, or is that not?
If you want.
So far, I only bought 10. My goal is to, keep increasing because I do have a lot of confidence in Neo based, watching a few of his videos and just doing my own research. I really do think that electric cars will take over in the future. And I really think it's a really smart investment. And I'm not, mind you, I'm not a stock genius. So you don't really need to know that much about, I mean, you do, but like, it's just common sense. You need to know the trends, You
need to know kind of on a surface level, like where the world's going and who's going to be the players like in these new industries that are popping up.
Yeah, you got to stay up to date with your current events if you want to invest in stocks. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm realizing as a new, what do you call a person who does stocks? Investor. As a new investor.
What do you think of the news about Robinhood developing a software that will help retail investors invest early on IPO, just like fund managers and stuff? They plan to start doing it with the Robinhood.
I'm on Robinhood.
I honestly don't. I made another Robinhood. I had a Robinhood. I left the platform. I went with WeBull. You guys know that WeBull is a partner of Courtside Financial now, but I didn't know they were doing that. But honestly, that is something that I think it's a good thing. It's good to make sure that retail investors aren't getting burnt on the backs of like a lot of people with like a lot of money. Retail investors is like you and me, like just normal people that just invest their money. We don't have all the data and all the information to make like these calculated decisions like the people on Wall Street.
Okay.
So one of the things that I noticed is with the specs, when they're done properly, retail investors can get in before a company gets to product market fit, like when Tesla released the Tesla Model 3. That's when you want it to get in because this is a product that everyone wants to buy. It's very scalable, but no one knows when the technology is going to turn. You need to find like that inflection point. So with the thing with big money, smart money, they're able to get into these companies before anything like that even happens. Now, with SPACs, the problem is that there's a lot of scams. Retail investors, they get into SPACs and then SPACs start to sell off after the merger when the company is finally taken public. So I think Robinhood doing something like this is something that's actually going to be helpful for the retail investors rather than trying to decide what's a good SPAC and like what's a scam SPAC. And the only SPAC that I'm invested in is in Clover Health. And like I just said, it sells off, stuff like that sells off after the merger. And you guys notice that I entered in after the merger. A lot of people are down on their Clover position. I'm up on my Clover position. Obi. Oh, I'll get to that one. Obi, is this your girlfriend? Females who talk finance are attractive.
Aww. Well, no. We said earlier in the video that I've been his like childhood friend since middle school. We went to middle school together, not high school, but we were neighbors. We literally lived across the street from each other when we lived in Michigan.
Yes.
And now we're both in Texas.
Yes. This is like my sister, pretty much.
We're very close. We have a lot of the same friends, and we vibe.
Yeah.
Like on every level.
It's like natural. Like I don't bring people on my channel. And I was like, let's just do this.
And you would assume like because like it's like a opposite gender. A lot of people don't believe in that type of like you can have platonic relationships, but we do. Like we genuinely have a great friendship.
Yeah. Like I talk to you about like my girl problems, like you talk to me about like, your guy problems. Sorry if that's getting too personal.
No, that's what it is. And he tells me about stocks. Like I give it to you, all the credit to you for like teaching me about stocks. I knew nothing about it.
Thank you.
Until he started his channel.
Where did the Roth IRA get its name? I honestly don't know.
They think you know everything.
I know what the Roth IRA is. I know what the different types of Roth IRAs are and what they do and like what purpose they serve in the financial world. I'm not a historian, so this is what I'll say. I don't know where these things were derived from. That's flattering
that they think that you know everything, though.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that.
Will you 2 more minutes?
Yeah, we've got about 2 more minutes. Will you keep holding your NEO shares? Of course. NEO is my favorite company. NEO changed my life. There's so many things that happened in my life that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for NEO. Like I wouldn't even be here right now.
Wow.
If it wasn't for NEO, I wouldn't have. We just went to the dealership the other day. I just bought a new car. Didn't sell any NEO shares, but it was just the comfort of knowing like I finance it because interest rates are so low. But if I wanted to, I can pay the entire car off completely, just because of what NEO's done.
Wow.
And that's as much as I'll say about it for now. But like NEO's definitely changed my life. It's the backbone of this channel, really. Simi sent me $10. Thank you so much, Simi. I appreciate you. You guys are the best.
You guys
honestly.
are very generous.
You're my favorite guy. You're my favorite guy. Go get that license, brother, man. When you think Yoshin will pop off? I haven't heard anything from them in a while. So they told us that they're supposed to be releasing the earnings call by the end of the month. I emailed them. I posted that video. I posted the email that they said. They said that by the end of March they would be releasing the earnings. It's March 26th, so they've got about 4 days, and it's gonna be the weekend. So we're waiting for that earnings report. I don't know if it's come out yet because I've been moving and going to the dealership and taking care of all these things. But next week I really plan on hitting it hard and getting back on my stuff and seeing what's going on in the market. I don't mean to skip your question. I'll answer these last few questions and then we're on a little bit of a time crunch, so we'll have to cut it a little short. Would you diversify part of your portfolio into other sectors such as energy/consumer discretionary amid reopening and inflation?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I think that these so we've pretty much seen that tech and growth stocks have pretty much taken off, and it's like these value stocks, these things that are kind of undervalued, like you think about like your things like maybe, well, I won't say Coca-Cola, but I'll say like your Carnival Cruise Lines, your airlines, your stuff like that. Businesses that have really been beaten down by like the coronavirus and the pandemic, particular are not attractive names for people to buy. But I think that when the economy reopens and these gears start spinning again, I think that those are going to be things that really take off. Me in particularly, I could be trading like that. And it's like, I always see like these things happening and I call them before they happen, but I'm more of a long-term investor and like stay in the things that I have the most conviction in. So for me particularly, I'm going growth all the way. I've held dividend, I've held value, I held stuff like that for a long time, but it's just like, I feel like over time, NEO is going to pay me a lot of money and I just have to be patient with it. And by 2030, I'll probably be set because the EV industry will materialize. So I'm very hands off with my investing aside from doing the research, getting the conviction, and picking the names that I want, and then I just kind of ride it out with those. So you probably won't see me getting into any like value stocks or like dividend stocks that cut their dividend and things like that.
Are your followers, are they from the United States, or do you have an international group here too?
It's pretty international. A lot of people are from the UK. A lot of people are from China. With me talking about like Neo and Yoshin like a lot. So it depends. A lot of people are from Cali too.
Hopefully one day you can do a meet and greet. That would be nice.
That would be cool.
To meet your
I want to go to China. I want to go to China
Yeah.
for sure and like go to like Neo's headquarters and stuff.
Oh, and hopefully talk to the CEO.
That would be
if
awesome.
He's there. Do like put him on the channel.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
So we'll take 3 more questions. Where do you see Ocean go by 2022? Honestly, I'm playing that company for 2025 at least. Because when you think about the used car market in China, they want to build it from the ground up and make it a $306 billion used car market by 2025. So I would never even think of like selling it beforehand unless something fundamentally changed with the company. Because why wouldn't we want to wait for like the market to materialize? And I've already calculated how much market capitalization the Ocean should have by then if they are able to get a disproportionate amount of that market share. So it's a long-term play for me, 2025 to 2030. Wow, someone just gifted you $50. I know you guys are the best. Like you guys literally like you guys are the reason I keep doing this because honestly like I could sometimes I've thought about it. I'm like why are you like putting in all this work? Like why don't you just like invest and like not talk about it like on YouTube or anything? Like it's not like I make a ton of money on YouTube. It's not like I have millions of subscribers. I just really appreciate the people that I do have and I feel like we're a community, so I always come back. And I love to like interact with you guys and hear what you guys have to say because sometimes I'm wrong. I'm only human, but like I can take ideas from you guys and
they trust you. Like that's such an admirable thing for so many people to trust you.
That's true.
There's a lot of pressure, but that comes with it. But that's amazing that people trust you and your intellect.
You're right.
You know?
And I think it's all about like integrity. Like if I knew that I don't, if I know that I'm not in the place to like make like these decisions for myself and they're not working out for myself, I'm not going to be the guy that just gets in front of a camera and
you're not fake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
We're very
vouch
authentic
for that.
people.
I've known him for years. He's definitely very authentic.
Thank you.
Person,
really.
Of course.
Obi,
and he talks about you guys all the time, so he loves you guys.
He said, "Obi, you need to ask her out. I see it in his eyes. He loves you. I do love her, but I do love her. This is my sister.
He really does love me.
Yeah,
I love him too."
What's your take on CPNG? I've never heard of that stock. I'm in Dallas right now. That's where she lives, but I live in Austin, so I'm just visiting. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a big place.
Yeah, I'm in Dallas. This was so fun.
Dude, marry her. If you get 200 donated today, make her official. She sounds very intelligent, confident, trusting, and you guys have a relationship of friendship, which is good for long term. She is perfect. What car did you buy?
Oh, they're so nice. I'm blushing right now.
Where's my car keys?
You guys are so sweet.
I bought Alfa Romeo. Next car will be EV. I was looking at Alfa Romeo and I was looking at Tesla, and then I was like, I'll just get the Alfa for now because all that stuff happened in Texas, and a lot of people couldn't charge their cars. The grid was out. There was always like a lot of issues and concerns, and like just knowing what I know, like if I get a Tesla right now, I'm going to be stuck with that battery. Whereas if I can wait and get a Neo, I can always upgrade my battery and get my range.
And they're really expensive.
The Teslas?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are kind of expensive.
Right now
for what
they are. Yeah.
And it's like battery prices are declining over time. So like they're only getting cheaper. So like there's people who bought like a Tesla Model 3, which is the cheapest Tesla available right now, for like $60,000. Now you can get one for like $35,000.
Is Tesla like a luxury car?
Tesla is luxury because of its scarcity, but it's actually not positioned as a luxury car. It's positioned as an everyday person's car, and eventually a lot of people will be driving a Tesla. Now, Neo, on the other hand, is a luxury car.
Yeah, Yeah. I just saw the website and the prices. It's definitely luxe.
Yes.
They
Ken,
look the same.
this is my guy, Ken. Ken, you've been here
Hey,
for a
Ken.
while. I appreciate you. Okay, cool. Love people who are up on their goals and wants in life. Thank you. We're all about
I feel like that's why we have really great chemistry. Like you can definitely see it on camera, and we can just like I was kind of nervous coming on his live because he said let's do a finance quiz. I was so nervous because like I don't know anything. I really don't, but like it's just the chemistry. Like he makes me feel comfortable and confident. Like it's fun. It really is fun.
T. Kelly says, "Oh, she is gorgeous, Obi."
Don't make me blush. Thank you guys. You guys they're so nice. These are like your digital friends. That's so cool.
Real friend.
Yeah, they're real.
Yeah. In addition to stocks, I recently started diversifying into crypto such as Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin. What's your view? So I'm in Bitcoin. I'm in Ethereum.
I heard some good things about Bitcoin.
I'm 50-50 Bitcoin, 50-50 Ethereum. I've been in Bitcoin since it was $9,000. I talked about it on the channel before. I talk about it every blue moon. It's not really like
How is it different from stocks?
So Bitcoin is like a digital asset. Long story short, they're thinking of it as digital gold. So you can print billions and billions of dollars. We've seen them, trillions actually. We've seen the US government doing that throughout the pandemic to send people stimulus checks, give businesses PPP loans. But Bitcoin it has a halving factor. Every 4 years, the supply is cut in half. So there's less and less of it out there, but more people want it. And that's why it's been increasing in price so much.
Mm-hmm.
I think it made all-time highs of $60,000 for one coin. That was pretty recent. So a lot of millionaires there's been a huge wealth redistribution in the US. A lot of millionaires were made off of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And there's a lot of FOMO going on right now. And there's like algorithms and a lot more complicated things that I can't explain in like 5 minutes, but basically it's digital gold.
Okay, digital gold.
And it's yet to be proven if it has like the same value as gold, but like as far as like an investment, it's way outperformed gold so far.
Okay.
Bro, if you tell me today she is a possibility, I am donating $50. Who is in with me? A possibility? What do you mean?
Wait, what did they say? You guys want to give me money? I'm kidding.
Thoughts on NFTs? I think the NFT space is just ridiculous. It's like certain stuff is just like overpriced. It's crazy. Like I wouldn't invest in NFTs, but I understand like if we consider like art and NFT, I don't even understand the digital art. I'm just stay away from NFTs.
Digital art.
Dang, I can't believe only 33 people are watching the live. It's okay.
That's a lot. I was surprised.
Sometimes we have like 200, 250 people.
It's probably the timing. It's the wrong time, maybe.
And it depends on the topic too. Like I didn't really put like a title, do like the hashtags, all this stuff. Like if I say like if I'm talking about like Neo or something like that, like a lot more people come in. But this was very spontaneous.
Yeah, this is very spontaneous.
Leave him be, John. That's his personal stuff, dude. You're making it awkward. No, it's never awkward.
That's what happens when you become an influencer. You gotta take the heat.
Love your content. Thank you. Love the consistency, especially. Yes, I'm from Chicago. We actually went to Chicago.
We went to Complex Con.
Yes.
We love Chicago.
We love Chicago. We got a lot of Chicago people in here. Chicago.
Hey, we're neighbors.
Yes, because we're from Michigan.
Yeah, we are from Michigan.
I consider them a graphic company about to expand on NFT. I need to learn more about NFT. I don't know too much about the NFTs. I'm from Trinidad.
Anyone from San Francisco?
That's where she wants to move. Who's from San Francisco?
Oh, I see San Francisco right there.
Oh, TD Jacquees. You're from San Francisco.
That's where I want to live.
Tell us about San Francisco. Orlando, Florida is the best city, dude. Come visit. I've been there before. I went to Disney. I love Florida. Minnesota, Dallas, welcome.
We need to do a meet and greet. Would you guys want to do a meet and greet
with do a meet and greet
with this guy over here eventually in the future? That would be so fun.
We've got to build it. We've got to build it up a little bit more and make the brand a little bit more meaningful and keep on helping people.
Yeah, so bring your friends show your friends, tell all your friends about this channel, help build his platform because he can help a lot of people like me, like people who don't know anything about stocks. Like bring your friends on this channel so they can be educated, because honestly I learned so much from these little videos. I mean, I don't watch every video, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I put out a lot of stuff.
But the videos that I do watch are really easy to understand for an amateur like me. Like I really appreciate it. So bring your friends on the channel so they can learn something.
John sent me $10. He says, marry her. Briscoe sells clothes and accessories. Now the board game. Aaron says, "You." I wonder what that is. That Aaron downstairs? No, it's not.
No.
What are your thoughts on Volkswagen?
They said very.
Honestly, Volkswagen owns Audi. I've seen a couple e-trons where I'm from, the EVs that they make, and they look pretty nice. And one thing about the Germans is they're really good at making cars.
Yes,
BMWs, they are flush. The interior holds up over time. The drive quality, it's the ultimate driving machine. And that's why I feel like, honestly, BMW enthusiasts, people who really love driving and stuff, like I'm not one of those people. I'm not a car guy like that. They are not going to be so quick to switch over to a Tesla. They want that brand new BMW M series. They want performance, and they want the performance of like turning corners and like stuff like that. Yes, Tesla gives you partial performance, and I'll say that because it's like electric. But as far as like engineering, nobody does it better than the Germans. NIO is also, built by German engineers as well.
Japanese companies are really good too. I'm kind of biased.
Japanese is good as
I'm
well.
half Japanese,
but not as good as the Germans.
See, I don't know.
What's your favorite Japanese company?
I like Toyota.
But and
Toyota. Honda is like kind of not. It's not a luxury car, but it is a very reliable car. My friend has a Toyota, and she hasn't had any problems with it. She got a used one too.
So when you say that you like Toyota is an amazing automaker. It's one of the most valuable automakers in the world.
Okay.
But people buy a BMW and they buy a Toyota for two different reasons.
Okay.
The guy that's buying the BMW does not care about reliability. And not even for branding. Like, even if you take like the brand off, I mean, a lot of people do buy it just to say like, okay, I drive a BMW. But a lot of people also drive a BMW because of its performance. You don't necessarily get performance out of Toyota, but you're not going to spend a lot of time and money in the dealership because it's very reliable, and that's why they have like an elevated status in like the automotive world.
And it's just more expensive. Like their customer is different. Like I feel like Japanese cars are made for everyday average people.
Yes, exactly.
Because they're not that expensive, but they're very reliable.
Yeah,
which is what I like. Right. BMW. And their design's nice. Their engineering is really nice.
And trust me, like,
it's expensive.
My next car, like
anything European.
If I wasn't going to get like, my next car is probably just going to be a basic, like normal, like electric vehicle, whether that's like a NIO or a Tesla. If NIO is here by like the time I buy a new car,
that would be cool.
I personally don't care about like after this one. I just wanted to get it out of my system. I got the Alfa Romeo, and it's like it's fun to drive. Like it takes off.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted that. Like my mom's like, bro, just get a Mazda. Like if anything goes wrong on that car, like I knew I had to get a Mazda.
Oh.
Just like a basic car. And I'm like, I know I have to spend like a lot on like warranty because if anything breaks, like the parts have to come from Italy and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't really care about cars like that to be putting all that money into a car. I'd rather put it in the market. So I'd rather get a Toyota, like if I wasn't getting an electric vehicle after this car, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I'm kind of a hypocrite, but I like my fun.
Good question.
Do you do leap options? Yes, I have $1 calls and IDEX still, and I'm up hugely on those.
How can you read these? It's so small.
Shaking my head. Thanks for all the advice. See me on the floor with OB courtside. I was in that song, that Fat Joe song. That's what he's talking about.
Are you serious?
He wasn't talking about me, but like I'm gonna play.
I saw that post.
Did you ever listen to that song though?
No, I didn't.
What is it, Fat Joe? I gotta find like the right.
He said courtside OB or courtside?
He said OB courtside.
What?
This is it. I'm gonna get copyrighted, but here it is. Only T7s when the flights depart. Stash pesos and Turks and Caicos. Dapper dead on the first to break those. Now back to Caicos, though you're always in the sky. My guys are taking. I think it's coming out. Lower east side, I'm up in here it is. See me on the floor with Opie courtside.
Oh shit! Oh my god! Damn. That's actually sweet as fuck.
Hey Ronco, how's it going? I watch every video. Thank you so much, Jurek. I appreciate that. Seriously. Come to the UK. I love the UK. I listen to so much UK music. I have to go to the UK. You was when they said marry her, but then we learned that she's your sister. Yeah.
Aww.
Renault is super undervalued, and the French government won't allow them to go bankrupt. Take a look at it. Let me put that in my notes. But I think we are getting ready to wrap up here.
This was fun.
This was fun. We should do this more often.
Thank you for having me on your channel.
Thanks for being a good sport and doing the quiz. And
I realized that I'm smarter than I thought.
Yeah, most people would have got all those wrong.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's common sense. Like if you're a working human being and you're in the business world, you kind of learn these things as you go.
You don't get that type of understanding from sitting on the couch watching TV. Your life is passing.
You gotta have your own bank account. You gotta have your own,
grown people thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. This was fun.
I expect the chip shortage to get resolved by early before the end of Q2, maybe early Q3 is what I'm thinking. Hopefully it gets resolved quicker. Love Detroit. We love Detroit. That's where we're from. We love you guys as well. When do you expect the chip? Oh, I answered that one. Send Fat Joe your channel and his lyrics.
Yeah,
I should.
Seriously.
Well, I guess he's about to become my brother. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next week with the next video. Send me some topics or whatever. Leave some comments below, and we'll figure out what I'm going to talk about. I feel like there's a lot to talk about. I've just been moving, so I have a lot to talk about next week. But peace, guys. I'll catch up with you guys.